So it's really great for Tesla to come out here at South by Southwest, putting the Cybercab on display. We've got Optimus 2.5 back there, finished in gold. Actually, we should go check him out. This is good. This is a lot of people interested here. I'm here early in the morning, and this is really cool. So let me get up here and check out Optimus. So he's behind kind of a cordoned off area here. So they've got kind of a separation so people can't go and, you know, grab him and do selfies and that sort of thing. But there he is there. That's wild. We need an Optimus sneaker drop. When do we get to buy Optimus sneakers, right? All right, guys, so we're looking at the production version of the Cybercab now. We have some new lighting in the door here, so they've changed this all from the concept. We've got kind of a new material. This feels like neoprene, almost like wetsuit material. This material is softer. It's kind of like feels like kind of injected foam type of thing, vinyl type. And then I guess that's still soft touch. And then you got the resin door here, which is kind of cool. Take a look at the joinery. So you can see this is it's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's wrap material or what that is. Maybe where it came out of the mold. I don't know. Weather stripping looks good. This all looks like production ready. They've done a nice job here on the finishes. So new carpet. It seems like it's a fairly short pile on the carpet, so it should be easy to clean. No holes in the seats. Notice they got rid of the power window switches that used to be there. So there's no switches now at all. Seats now have a headrest with stitching. It does not look like it's adjustable, the headrest. Headliner looks pretty good. We know that there's braille up on the kind of hazard light emergency SOS switch. Big camera, big screen. This is sort of an anodized plastic. This feels actually just like the Cybertruck dash, but not the Beast. So the regular dual motor dash, kind of that material. This is just soft touch, kind of vinyl type of stuff. Let's see if that headrest, yeah, so the headrest does not move. It is static, it is not adjustable. And there are no controls for this seat, although it is on a track. There's some lighting underneath there. So you got some LED strip lighting, but I don't see any lever to adjust it. So I don't know, there must be some sort of control somewhere here, but I don't see it. Cup holders are pretty sealed, so this should be easy to clean. There's no seams for stuff to drip and get stuck in, so that's good. The back material, this is just like a black sort of fabric. Reminds me of the inside of the tailgate of, you know, my Model S or Model X, kind of that sort of carpety type stuff. It's not quite carpet, but pretty typical. What else do we got? Seatbelts, straightforward. There's some scratches here. I don't know what's been happening there. That's interesting. And we have the new button. This lights up, so that is new. So that's great, helping riders find the open button at nighttime. And we have the washer fluid on the integrated B-pillar. Let's see if it closes. There we go. So soft close on the door. Window pops down on that action to open it up. Very, very quiet. I have a Model X with power doors and it makes a bit of noise, the Falcon doors. This thing's super quiet. Look at the casting here for that hinge, that mount. That is serious. Of course, it's carrying the whole door, but that is super cool. So we'll watch it close here, and then it kind of sucks the door in, puts the window up, pops the window down, opens the door back up. Very nice. Got a little reflector in the side here as well. And I like this. This is this kind of integrated, although I do see a seam there, so I wonder if that is a second piece. I thought at first maybe it was molded in, but maybe not. Maybe that is replaceable. But it looks good. No seam in here. They got some weather stripping in here now. I don't think that was there before because the one we saw testing up in Alaska had a ton of buildup in here. So I think this is new because I had commented on that in the photo. So that should keep snow and crap out of this rocker area. So that's good to see. We've got some adhesive kind of gluing this. Look at this. It's interesting. So I guess they've got this disc thing and then they kind of glue on this rubber. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but anyways, I'm sure they'll figure it out. I like the new tinted light bar, kind of a black background with the headlights are built in there. No fog lights, obviously, doesn't need them. Everything else looks fairly straightforward. Tires are the same. They got kind of a funky graphic. I'm pretty sure this is not permanent. I don't know, it kind of looks like they just sort of slapped it on there, but yeah, this looks good. Looks good overall. Camera array looks very elite. Those are huge, huge lenses. Yeah, a lot of interest here. People checking it out. Let's see the... Yeah. So there is the opening of the trunk. There's our cargo cam. Big lens. This seems to be like a heavy-duty ABS plastic. There's some ribbing in here. I think this is just sort of reinforcement for that large tailgate. They've got lifts on either side. And we've got some corrugated piping here. Of course, that's going to run washer fluid to the rear camera and then the wiring and everything for all that connectors. And it looks like there's some, I don't know if that's venting or maybe it's kind of, I don't know, some mounting points for some accessories. Maybe they're going to have like a cargo net or something like that in there. But this is all smooth. There's no drain hole back here. So if there's water that gets in here, it's just going to pool in this area. It seems to be lower. It goes lower here, but we don't have a drain hole. Again, heavy duty ABS plastic. This piece here also, is that part? Okay, so this is all part of the bumper. These are separate pieces, so this is all one piece. This is part of the bumper. We've got our lighting on each side and then one piece up the side. So very simple, just a 3-piece setup on the back. But it looks good. Big button up here. So this is like, you can't miss this. This is the biggest trunk button I've ever seen on a Tesla. My Plaid is like a little, quarter size. It'd be half the size of that, but this is a good size. And then they've got little adjusters. There's 4 adjusters actually. So there's one here, one here, one here, and one here that makes sure that it sits flush. And then we also have weather stripping all up the side on either side here to keep the weather out. And none at the bottom, obviously, because that's just going to drain. And there's actually no weather stripping on the tailgate as well. So interesting. Okay. Very cool. So let's hit that. We'll watch the action of it closing. Very quiet. There it goes. Okay, so looks like we're production ready on Cybercab. I don't know what they're doing with that thing on the tires. It's kind of like a flexible ribbing. So I'm sure they're still experimenting with that, but getting in the Cybercab. So production version, we're inside the vehicle. So we talked about these headrests. They are not adjustable, but pretty comfortable. So I'm 6'2" and quite tall in the torso, and my hair is brushing the ceiling. So we're gonna close this thing up. We've got a button right here. Let's see if we pull that. There we go. Here comes the door. Okay, so this is the button. It's got Braille built right into it, as does the SOS button up top. So I thought they got rid of the window buttons, but I don't see them here. They said that they moved them, but I don't know. I don't see any power window buttons because the girl said that they were in the middle. They said they moved them, but I don't know. I don't see any buttons. Cool lighting down here. This is all like really sort of robust, heavy duty ABS plastic. We have an armrest that is foldable. Very nicely padded. Everything in here, soft and squishy, just like I rode in the prototype back at the 1010 We Robot event. So we've got both doors closed. The acoustics in here are really good. This mic's not even turned on, and it's just pulling from the phone mic, and you can see that there's a crowd of people out here, and you can still hear me very, very clearly. So you can imagine you're cruising down in a busy city, you know, everybody's honking, shouting, driving around, loud engines, all that sort of thing. You can have a private conversation. So acoustics is something that, you know, you wouldn't think of, but we've got a nice padded roof. So this is absorbing extra sound. Everything is soft touch in here, all the door paneling. And of course, we've got carpeting on the floor. There's no hard surface plastic, really. I would say the only hard surface is going to be this screen. And that's about it. Even behind me is soft carpet. So acoustics are fantastic in here. It's very comfortable. There is tons of room to spread out. I love this. You know, we can just kind of like splay out and take over the whole place here. Just sort of relax and have a good time and just tour the city. But this is, yeah, I mean, I would totally take this thing for a spin, you know, and I just don't know if I would be comfortable enough to be in here for like a couple hours. I don't think so. I think 30-40 minutes max. I can't recline the seat, and there's a little lumbar support, but it's not adjustable. Like I feel a little bit of support in my lower back, but it's nothing crazy. I don't find any seat controls. There is a track here, but unless there's something in the screen, I don't think there's any adjustment. I mean, you don't really need much adjustment other than if you wanted to have a snooze. But I think this vehicle is going to be more, you know, urban short runs. And I think that's sort of what it's built for. You're going to be able to conference call. You're going to be able to have private conversations, whether you got somebody with you or video chat and that sort of thing. Really happy to experience some of the fantastic acoustics in here. The material, very easy to wipe down, very easy to clean. Notice there's no holes here. There's no cooling holes. So, you know, if spills and things like that go down here, they don't have to worry about it. Very easy to clean. And even the way the seat slopes, it doesn't slope completely back. It kind of, the lowest part of the seat I would say is right around here. So liquid is going to pool here, which makes it easier for the robot cleaner to come in and clean it up. Because of course, the whole point of this is they're trying to eliminate the human input and make it very, very simple. Very easy to maintain, serviceability, and keep this thing on the road because you want it packing miles, giving rides. That's how it's going to pay for itself and make money. But yeah, that's the overall experience inside the Cybercab, and I am impressed. So shout out to the Tesla team. You guys nailed it. Huge improvements that I can really easily see. Some that are not so visible, but there's huge improvements from that original prototype that I saw back at the We Robot event. This thing is ready for the roads, and I can't wait to ride it on the streets here in Austin. So one other thing we will add is that Tesla has a lot right beside Cybercab and Optimus where they are showcasing not only the vehicles, but you're able to take a complimentary FSD ride through the busy streets of Austin, Texas during South by Southwest. That in of itself is pretty gutsy. But this is the setup here from Tesla. Check it out. We've got Cybertruck, lots of Cybertrucks. Model Y Standard, Premium, Model 3, Model 3 Premium. We got Model Y Performance, looking sharp. Model 3 Performance, the whole lineup's here. Multiple Cybertrucks. Peep the Starlink Mini, there it is. And we got the Cybercab inside the clear box. And this thing's just been patrolling the streets of Austin with a blacked out Cybertruck. This thing's looking beast. Looks so good. Little scan tag on the bottom corner. People can find out more information about Robotaxi. And the cool thing is, they've actually got Optimus chilling in the Robotaxi there. You can see his arm kind of sticking out there. Reflection's pretty brutal, but you get the idea. Looking good. That's a production Robotaxi in there by the looks of it. Got the Robotaxi graphic on the back there. This is pretty cool. Tesla pulled up a trailer. The whole side of this thing drops down. Display trailer. And it's showcasing all of the autonomous features that come in a Tesla. So we got repeater cameras and B-pillar and even the actual processor chip, AI4 chip, demonstrating crash test safety as well. Cool video with Lars playing in the background there. Very cool. Wheelchair accessible on the side, and of course staircase up the front under the kind of veranda that pops up there. But there's lots of people cruising through here from all over the world checking out Tesla vehicles here at South by Southwest in downtown Austin. This is a great display actually. Very cool from Tesla. Thought I'd check out ZOOX. They dropped in for a quick pop-up. Of course, we rode ZOOX in, where? Las Vegas. Had a great ride. Put a link to that video somewhere up here, down there, and somewhere in this video, but really cool four-wheel vehicle, and it's the first autonomous vehicle I've ever ridden in with no steering wheel, no driver controls. Pretty cool, and what's unique about this particular vehicle is it's bi-directional, so we can just switch its headlights and taillights and start driving the other way, which saves it on a bunch of software compute because it doesn't have to do 3-point turns. Heck, it doesn't even have to turn around if it doesn't want to, but pretty cool unit. Let's go inside and have another look at it here in Austin. All right, here we go. We are getting in the ZOOX. Let's go. Open sesame. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna get my bag off here. There we go. So this is cool.
Josh West.
There we go.
In the building.
Right? I got Xander. What's going on, boys? What do you think?
It's a little snug.
It's different.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's really good for like.
I like the stars on the ceiling.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool
This.
look, especially at night.
Yeah, the skylight's cool, and then you know you have a glass roof, which Cybercab does not have. So this is nice. You can see the city, but there's nowhere to put your luggage. So if you have anything bigger than a bag like this, like let's say we're going to the airport, each of us has a carry-on.
Like a suitcase?
There's no trunk. There's no trunk.
Hold on to
Right, which is like that's not comfortable, especially if you have a half an hour ride. I mean, that's kind of a pain.
It's good.
Yeah, cup holders are good. Does that work?
It does.
Oh yeah, wireless charging. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Cybercab went with the USB, which we have here, but wireless charging would be nice in the Cybercab.
There's no wireless?
Nope. So we each have our own climate, so
So
that's
do
cool.
they have cords
Yeah, you can just plug in USB-C under the screen.
under the screen
Yeah.
provided?
No, they don't provide the cord.
So you have
Just-
to bring your own.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
lame. Super lame. Because
Yeah.
you should have a charger,
Yeah,
and then if
this is for baby seats, which also the Cybercab. I did a video with Kim Java, and there's no provision, so these pull out, and that's the latch system for baby seats. But Cybercab doesn't have that. They're not set up to take a car seat. So
Cup holder.
just some differences, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Although they both do. Look at this. It's the same as Cybercab, the same braille.
Yeah.
Like literally the exact same dots.
And this is
That's your climate for your own
specific.
fence. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's nice. Oh, this is infrared here. That's the camera. Infrared
And
camera.
I control music for everyone.
Yeah.
We can all control the music. For
Right.
everyone. Thank you, That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
But you're not really sharing most of the time. You're
Not really. And the speakers are hidden, I guess, in here somewhere.
yeah, right here.
Yeah. It's kind of similar materials, actually. Like this seat material is sort of similar
Yeah, it reminds me
to
of
the
Beaver.
Cybercab.
Oh, this,
Oh, the tweed, yeah.
The tweed and the
Yeah, this is weird.
recycled material looking.
It's got to be easy to clean too. Like the floor is super easy to clean. This is like you have on a bus, public transportation type of thing.
How are they cleaning? Do we know?
But I mean, you could program a robot to clean it. It's
Yeah.
it's once you train it on this side, you just reverse the program. And it's the same on that side because it's a mirror image, right? So it'd be fairly easy.
So it's asking you to buckle up. Airbags?
Oh yeah, yeah.
said there are airbags at the top.
Yeah, airbags all over the place probably. It's pretty cool.
Does it come down like a curtain to where like we're like smashing into each other, so we're not headbutting
Yeah.
each other?
I'm sure.
They want to drop off here too. Very cool.
Yeah,
All right.
not bad. Okay, here we go. Exiting the ZOOX. So it's kind of cool. I like it. I'd ride in it. Well, I did. But I mean, I'd ride in it like regularly. There you go. ZOOX.